Guys, and welcome. Today we just bought a car. This is a 2002 Nissan Altima. Paid just 350 bucks for it, and you can probably tell why. This paint job is atrocious. It has some other issues, but our plan with this car is we're actually going to be trying to flip it for a profit. So I'll walk you through and show you what all's going on with it. So it was kind of like a project car that they never finished, I guess. And the person who was painting it did not know what they were doing in the slightest. I mean, you can tell this is just probably the worst attempt at a paint job I've ever seen. They did the front. I mean, it's all one color-ish, I guess. Then they kind of stopped here, and then it used to be gold, obviously. So there's a couple things wrong with it. It does run and drive, surprisingly, but I'll get to what is wrong with it. So as you can see, they painted over the headlights. There's some overspray there, so we're gonna figure that out. Painted over the logo. Like, what? This side headlight's a little bad too, but mechanically it's not an awful shape. I mean, it's got, these tires have less than, I don't know, I'd say less than 500 miles on them. I mean, they are perfect. He said they bought them right before they parked it. So unfortunately, it also has brand new window tint. I mean, that's just about the best part of the car. Look at that. Such a shame. Inside, it's not too bad. It's got some seat covers on it, just they're crap in here. Like I said, it does run. All the windows work. We'll hop in here and I'll show you that. Let's see if I can find the keys. Does have an aftermarket stereo in it. Shut the door here. Like I said, all the windows work. One weird thing I have found also, look at this. Look at this. These windows were just tinted, and look. Ew. Yeah, like I said, just about the worst attempt at a paint job I've ever seen. You know, so there's stuff broken here. I'm not really too concerned about that. We're not going to be selling this car for very much. My goal is if we can get it running and driving, you know, and be a good, reliable transportation for somebody. I think we're looking around $1,500. I think that's fair, you know, in the current market, and, you know, that would be a pretty hefty profit depending on how much we're going to be putting into it. Obviously, we're putting a paint job on it. Nothing professional, but we are going to be putting some kind of paint job on it. So there's that. See, some trim pieces are just like gone, you know, but it all still works. I mean, it's not a beauty queen by any stretch, but I mean, hey, it does run. So it's one thing we're gonna have to address. So you can turn on the car fine. It does have 245,000 miles. Turn that radio off. 245,000 miles, but it does starts right up. And surprisingly, the AC is cold, which means that radio came back on. What? Okay. That is a big help in today's market. You really, you know, if something has AC, it'll sell. That's my philosophy on it. So a couple things we're gonna have to address before, you know, other than visually, because visually this car is gonna need a complete overhaul, and I'm gonna video that. One thing we are gonna have to address is this power steering is not working. I mean, I can manhandle it, but we definitely don't have power steering. So I don't know if that's a pump or what. We'll look into it eventually. I'm not super worried about it, because last time I saw this car running and driving, it had power steering, so maybe it's just a leak from a hose or something. So nothing too bad. Like I said, though, super stoked about the AC. That is going to bring us, you know, a lot of customers, because in this price bracket of $1,500, and we may go even a little bit lower. We'll see. You know, I know the tides have been changing a little bit recently. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to scam anybody, but we are trying to make some money too, because I figure we're probably going to have to put, we paid $350, and I'm budgeting at least, you know, $400 for repairs. So in order to make any money off of this, we're going to have to charge about $1,500. But if it sits on here for a while, we might let it go for like 12. So yeah, but I mean, overall, it's not awful inside. We just got to clean it up. Don't know how many man hours is going to be. I'm assuming a lot, because The inside's not that bad, like I said. I mean, the seats they are leather. I know this seat, the one that I'm sitting in, is absolutely destroyed. I hate seat covers too, so we're gonna take all those off. But I mean, not too bad. And the radio does sound pretty good, and it's Bluetooth, so somebody will like that. It does have a sunroof, but here, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Look at this. Okay, so this, they didn't tape over the windows, so this is where it's been scraped. I mean, it's super dirty, but I mean, it's clear. This is all paint. Look, I can rub it, but that's all paint on the outside. So it's like, I don't know what the heck they were thinking, but they didn't tape off any of the windows, so that's pretty rough. But yeah, though, AC, heat, we just got to figure out. I mean, mechanic wise, the power steering is going to be an issue. But I mean, mechanically, it does run. I mean, it runs all right. So I think we'll be able to get some money out of it. We'll see. And you know, like I said, I'm not trying to screw nobody over. I am not like that, you know. I'm not trying to like make a whole lot of money. I'm just thinking if we can use this to propel future sales. Say we sell this for $1,200 even, and then we can invest that $1,200 in another car and just keep going up and up and up. So that's my thoughts on it. I'll go ahead and show you the motor. So all this paint is going to be, we're going to have to sand it. It's going to be a pain. Sand it all, start over. I'm doing Rust-Oleum turbo cans because that's about the only way we're going to keep this in budget. So it is the 2.5. It does not have a CVT. That's just the continuously variable valve timing, I believe. So no worries there. This is a 4-speed auto. But yeah, we're just going to walk through it. The battery is, I mean, it's been okay, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, it does run. So I think in the current market, we did all right at 350 bucks. I mean, it's okay. It's just a lot of work ahead of us. But we'll get there, and then we will hear the AC compressor kicking on and off. It sounds not that healthy, but I'm sure it's still got a couple more years in it. All the door handles are broken, but like I said, this isn't that kind of car. I'm not going to worry about the finicky stuff. I just want it to be safe, reliable transportation for somebody. That's why we're not going to charge all that much for it. The one thing I did notice is that these tires are, like I said, brand new, but then this one back here is effectively bald. Like, we're going to have to put a tire on this if we want it to be safe. Look at this. It's kind of hard to see, but there is no tread on that at all. So we'll be putting a tire on it for sure. At least this side. The other side's kind of okay. I don't know. Look at this. They decided to tape off the taillights, but that's literally the only thing on the car they taped off. So this side over here, weirdly, I mean, it's got some tread to it. I'm not too worried about replacing this one. We're just going to throw a used tire on the other side. We're not going to buy anything new or fancy or anything. Used tire over here because that's actually unsafe. So riding that one off completely. Front's got 2 new ones, and then the other side's all right. And then, other than that, just cosmetic, and figure out why the power steering pump isn't working. Probably not doing it any favors running it, you know, this long without it working, but I'm sure it's fine. So overall, though, that's kind of where we're at, guys. I consider this a part 1. Next video, probably going to be working on the windows. I don't know what we're going to do about these headlights, if they're salvageable. They're already in very bad shape, so we may end up putting some new casings in, but like I said, it's not really that kind of car. It's not a car that's going to look great when we're done. It's going to be a car that's going to drive all right for somebody. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. Tune in for the next one, and we'll go from there. Let me show you the seat real quick, actually. So it's pretty atrocious, but again, I don't know. We might leave the seat covers on. We might include them with the sale, but I really hate seat covers, so I don't know. That's kind of where we're at, though. We'll go from there.